Welcome back to Business AM. This is Metropole Television. My name is Simba Elijah Charles Kiage. Good. Now, that's exactly how the economy is poised around this time where we're trying to treat or work within the COVID-19 pandemic. Aside from that, your business has to go on. And you have to also figure how your processes are going to go on right now. Remember, it is just in the first quarter of 2020. So those business ideas that you had have to mature now. They have to start being grown into business ideas. All right? They have to start being grown into businesses. Remember, life has to go on. I hope you're taking care of yourself. Good. This morning, therefore, I want us to really talk about how you can turn that passion into a business. That idea that makes you awake into a business. And we have just the right man in the studio this morning to help us understand that. We are joined by Samuel Nuwage, is the CEO DTI Group. Mr. Samuel, karibu sana.
Thank you very much.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Let's first start by understanding you from the perspective of DTI Group before we start this conversation this morning.
Oh, great. Thank you very much, Siba, for having me today. DTI Group is an image consulting firm, and we help individuals and organizations build a brand identity through image development, as well as public speaking and presentation skills trainings.
Yes.
So it's a combination of building an image, whether it's an individual or organization, and also we combine it with public speaking and presentation skills.
Yes.
Yes.
It's interesting, therefore, this morning, because my conversation is just going to be around this image and public speaking as regards, therefore, to helping you grow your passion into a business idea.
Yeah.
Where do this meet? Yes.
For instance, like where I started all this is some years back, because having been into investment and advisory services, of course, my work was to go out, meet a lot of individuals, talk to them about investment. So image, I would say, for you to penetrate in the business world, it takes only 3 seconds to create a great first impression.
Yes.
And the first impression is basically based on the appearance. And in communication, we say it has 55% impact. That is on how you dress, from the head to toe. That is the hairstyle, that is the color of the dress or the suit, the combination of the colors, the shoes, the makeup if you are a lady, and that has a great impact of 55%. So when it comes to business or creating a great first impression as an individual, then you have to bring out or project professionalism if you're into business. So meaning that you have to really combine how you dress, the kind of shoes that you wear, the combination of all those colors, so that you can create that great first impression.
Pretty much.
So image is all about that. It's that 5% is based on the appearance, and a few percentage is just based on the body language.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Okay. Now, who should really, therefore, understand, therefore, why it's important for you to project this image that's going to give you 55%? Why is it important for me to understand that?
It is important because there is always, people will always create a perception about you based on the appearance first.
I see.
Even before you say anything, when you walk into a room, whether you are going there to do a presentation or maybe in a business, you walk into somebody's office, you want them to buy your products, you want them to buy your services, they buy you first, even before they think about the services that you are about to offer.
It's the person that you're buying, buying the product, isn't it?
Exactly, because that's a perception. It's based on the appearance. When you walk into the room or somebody's office, can they really trust you?
I see.
Yeah, that's the reason why, like in the financial sectors, you will see people wearing, professionals wearing like navy blue, because color has personalities.
Yes. It's interesting that we're talking about this conversation this morning, because I gotta ask you this. We're talking about the millennials, and you do know we've been called people who don't understand where we are, want to do things our own way.
Yeah.
Are you now finding yourself, Mr. Samuel, as somebody who talks to people about their images, that's getting a bit complicated, therefore, to sort of have a line between what looks professional and what doesn't? Yes.
Yeah, millennials have really a big problem because they have what we call the technical skills.
Yes.
But when it comes to presentations, from the public speaking, the way you speak and the way you've packaged yourself becomes a problem. Because you might have been qualified for a certain job, but because of how you've appeared in the interview becomes a problem. It disqualifies you.
Yes.
Because you see, in communication, as I said, you only have like 3 seconds to create a great first impression. So you want to create a great impression, a positive one, to the panelists. So meaning that you have to package yourself in a very good way. So when it comes to the millennials, they really have to take time to think about their, their image. Are you projecting a professional image? But doesn't mean that you really always to wear a suit and a tie. No.
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
Fantastic.
It depends on the sector.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
even in construction industry, then you can't get into the site wearing a suit and a tie.
I see.
There is always an expectation from that field.
Yes.
If it's in banking, you cannot go wearing a jeans and a t-shirt. So every industry has an expectation.
Yes.
That is the dress code, how you're supposed to dress, which is very, very important.
Yes.
Yeah.
When you speak to, I want to take you back to the millennials again. I know you have encountered them.
Yeah.
When you speak to them, do you have this notion that they're telling you that it's not about how I look, it's about what I can eventually do?
I've gotten out of them and say, for me, I don't care how I look. I do have the qualifications. I have the skills, but I do have the technical skills.
Yes.
But the way I look, I can't just wear a t-shirt. And I've seen people fail in interviews
Just because of
of
that.
how they have presented themselves.
Yes.
To an extent, if you tell somebody to express themselves within a minute, 1 minute is so long, they can't know where to start.
I see now.
Yes, and that's
I
why,
see now.
like in public speaking, we say more than 60% of the population globally fear public speaking.
Yes.
Anytime that you are called upon to speak to a group of 5 people, 10 people, you've got a lot of nervousness. I call it FUDA.
Yes.
The fear of uncertainty, fear of failure, fear of rejection, uncertainty, nervousness, doubt. That is called self-doubt and
Yes.
anxiety. That's really affect a lot of people. But when it comes to dressing, dressing has a way of building self-confidence, because when you look the part, when you look good, it builds a lot of confidence.
Yes.
I know sometimes you find yourself in a situation whereby either you are in a social gathering or maybe in a formal meeting, but you are not dressed the part. You can't even stand to go out and greet people because you are feeling, hey, the way I'm dressed,
All over the place, isn't it?
I can't go out, I can't
Yes.
preach,
Yes.
I can't talk to friends or people.
Yes.
Because I feel that you've affected by what is called the self-esteem.
Yes.
Because of you are poorly dressed.
I see
So
that.
it is not about it's not just about dressing, it's about dressing the part. Because that
It's
is
about
always an
dressing
expectation.
the part,
Yes.
isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to come about how smaller companies therefore can improve their images, because that's a wider perspective as well. But I know that's exactly what we're going to talk about this morning as well. But why is public speaking important as well for a business owner, for somebody who just want to grow their career? Some people would say it's just about speaking. It's every job doesn't include speaking, man.
You might have a very good product, maybe
Yes.
like this product.
I see.
But for you to sell, because when you're into business, we say sales is equals to income. If you can't sell, you're not in business. So how do you sell? How can you sell if you don't have the skills to communicate?
Yes.
I recently say the success, any financial success is based on the ability to communicate, negotiate, and lead. That is influence, meaning that communication plays a very important role when it comes to business.
Yes.
Now, as I say, I was saying earlier on, if you do have a good product or a service, but you don't have the ability to communicate,
Yes.
I usually say, I keep on saying, it's like winking at a beautiful girl in the dark. She can't see.
She can't see.
It's the same thing.
Yes.
You might have good product, but you
Yes.
can't talk about the product.
Yes.
So if you get into business, could it be a small business, a well-established business, you need to improve on communication skills, because that really affects. Because if you are not able to pitch, you are not able to communicate, you are not able to influence, people will not get to buy what you do have.
Yes.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, you gotta sell your product, isn't
Exactly.
it? All right, and the only way you can do it is just make people speak to them about the product. They gotta hear you. Good. I get it now. So let's go to a small business. You're saying that small businesses have to work to improve their images. Why and how can they do it?
One, we are talking about an individual and a corporate. Of course, for organizations,
Yes.
we say like for the employees, you are the extension of the brand for that organization.
Yes.
Meaning that is the employees, they also need to look the part. Because if I meet somebody working in a certain organization, how are they dressed? Because that will tell me the culture of that organization. The other thing is about social media. What does the company post in the social media? Because that is also part of the image.
Yes.
When I get into the social media, be it in LinkedIn, be it in Facebook, be it in Instagram, what kind of images can I get there?
Yes.
Are they representing the image of the organization? So it's not just about dressing, but even on the social media plays a very important role.
Yes.
So for the organization, we want to grow a brand, because a brand is the perception. When people see you, what value can they see in you? And the more visible you become, the more valuable your brand becomes. Because
Yes.
it's just about perception. It's about perception.
Yes.
Yeah.
Some people will say, wow, and I know you've met them as well. I've
Yeah.
already spoken to friends of mine who tell me, well, I don't struggle so much to sort of speak about my brand or try my product is exactly what sells me. Is that possible that yes, you might have a good product, but because your image doesn't resonate within your clients, then you end up losing on sales?
Exactly, because you might have a very good brand,
Yes.
but unless you communicate about your brand,
Yes.
who else will know that you do exist? So you have to communicate. You have to tell people about what you believe in. We're talking about the passion that you have as an individual and growing it. So for it to grow, then you need to communicate. And there are 3 V's of communication. There is the verbal communication, there is the visual communication, and there is the vocal communication.
Yes.
So those 3 pillars are very, very important when it comes to communication. And that's part of growing your image and building your image.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pretty much, isn't it? So now you've spoken to a lot of businesses. Would you say that within the Kenyan economy, therefore, how much do we lack this knowledge for proper image, proper appearance as a business in terms of also contributing to the way your business also looks at the end of the day?
A lot people don't put in a lot of effort
Yes.
when it comes to image. As you said, somebody might say, I do have very good products, I do have I'm making a lot of good money, but my image really doesn't matter at all. But it's only that people don't have the guts to come and tell you that you are looking pathetic. When it comes to the organization as well, communication is very key. It's part of the image.
Yes.
How well are you communicating to the customers? Because sometimes it's not what you say that carries the day, is how you say it, because that is part of image. How do you communicate? How do you talk to the customers? That's the reason why sometimes you can get into a supermarket.
Yes.
You want to buy something, but the attendants will tell you, the way they put it is like, it doesn't matter. The customer is not the king at that point. But you see, at the end of the day,
Yes.
that supermarket tends to lose a lot because of this information was communicated. Sometimes you find that it has not been communicated so well, so you don't end up getting the product that you really wanted.
Yes.
Yeah, assuming I wanted this cup, and then I get into a supermarket attendant, and then he tells me, go there, you'll get it. You get the point? So it's how you communicate that matters a lot, because that is part of the image. You are representing the organization.
Yes.
Even when you are talking to the customers, when you are pitching, how well have you packaged yourself? When it comes to communication, have you sharpened your communication skills?
Yes.
So I would say for business people, they really need to invest in the human resource in terms of communication, which is very, very key in our
Yes.
21st century.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good. Now somebody's listening to you and said, wow, I need to improve my image and presentation as well. How long will it take me if I come to DTI group today and say, I gotta speak in front of people, I have to know proper public speaking and presentation skills? How long is that going to take me?
We usually take around 6 weeks.
Yes.
That is once a week, is a week, 6 weeks program.
Yes.
So we'll help you through mostly on obtaining clarity on what you are supposed to talk about. Because if you want to go out and speak, then what are you speaking about?
Yes.
So you need to get the clarity about that. You also need to learn about the speech-making process.
Yes.
So you want to go out and pitch. So where do you start? Because most of the time, people are worried. You've been invited to speak, but hey, where do I start?
Where do I start? It's a big area as well.
Yeah,
Yes.
as well. So you need to look into the steps. Where do I start from my stand until the conclusion? So we do have that program that will take you through like 6 weeks.
Yes.
Which has 10 structured modules, and basically that will help you develop a great image, get clarity about what you can speak about, and of course, build your self-confidence.
Yes.
Which is very key.
Yes.
Yeah.
For a business, therefore, that wants to tell you, well, if we need to also improve our image or completely change our image when it comes to exactly the way our clients view us, how long will that take, and where do they need to begin from as well?
It just depends on when it comes to maybe like doing the inquiries, you just send an email, then we are able to get to know where you are coming from. We are able to tailor-made a solution, because every organization has its own needs.
Yes.
So we tailor-made a solution for the organizations, and then from there now we can be able to take them through.
Yes.
Yeah.
And would you say it's a gradual process, or today we have this image, tomorrow it's totally changed?
When it comes to image, you know, we just have to do the assessment. If it's an organization, then we have to look into the culture of the organization, the kind of business that they're in, the kind of people that they do meet, what colors it's variable to them. So we look at all the combinations, and then we are able to build the image for that organization.
Yes.
And as I said, the organization is just about the buildings and all that, even the people that works in that organization.
The part and parcel of the image, isn't it?
Exactly,
Yes.
exactly.
Yes.
So we are able to give out a recommendation.
Yes.
If it's an individual, of course, we do have a personal questionnaire that we go through. Then you're able to change your image based on also the people that you meet with, you know, the level that you are in the organization.
Yes.
Okay, a lot of stuff,
isn't it?
the body shape, you know, a lot of stuff, especially
Yes.
for women. And then from there now we can give out a recommendation how you should be dressed.
Yes.
Because dress the part and dress well every day, because you never know the people that you're gonna meet.
Pretty much. That's a very important point that you're actually mentioning that. So it's deep, because I know we don't even have time to pretty much even start talking
Yes,
about
sure.
I can change my image today. But have you had cases of people, and would you be very frank with me, Samuel, on this point as well, when you're telling them, wow, Mr. Kiage, can you please never ever speak in front of people, allow somebody in your company to be the voice of the company as opposed to you? Is that possible?
It's very possible, but the people that have come to us, mostly, these are people that maybe they are team leaders in their organizations. But when it comes to speaking in front of the employees or their staff, becomes so difficult. You know, it just creates a perception of not being very credible, because you're not able to influence the people that you are leading.
Yes.
As a leader, you need to have the communication skills. So most of the people that comes in are people that says, I would like to lead the people. I would like to speak to them. I would like to build my self-confidence. Because when you do have the ability to speak and lead, then you become also very, very productive. It becomes very productive.
Yes.
Yeah.
So no case at all where you advise somebody, well, I don't think you need to give it to somebody else.
Maybe when it comes to image.
Yes.
Maybe it comes to image management, whereby you look at someone and tell them, when you are dressed like this, even the people that are down, that they are on the lower levels in the organization, they will actually copy how you are dressed. So if you want to create professionalism in the organization based on the dressing, then it has to start from the top.
Yes.
Because people always look, my boss venye anavanga, hata mimi nikivaa hivi, I don't have a problem.
There's no problem at all, man. In our company, we're easy to go, isn't it? And that's what leads to the image of the organization.
Exactly. And it's quite important to create a perception that there is a lot of professionalism, because dressing can keep people away from interacting with you. Because it is not just about dressing. It has a social impact, it has sociological impact and psychological impact.
Yes.
Those are very huge impacts when
Yes.
it comes to dressing.
This question really, when we're talking about the image of companies now, social media is becoming a marketplace now. I mean, it's not like any place where you pretty much go in and represent your image.
Yes.
You're not even actually speaking to your clients.
Yeah.
You're also actually selling your product through your social media.
Yes.
Does it become very difficult, therefore, to maintain this image of we're very good people, as opposed to, well, this is our market as well? And what are some of these mistakes that you've seen small businesses make when they go to social media to represent their image through there as well? And I want to point you out to examples, because I want to make it very real. I know you've seen this, where a bank would decide to totally speak Sheng and have fun with his clients. Yeah, I will point you out to some examples, only that I don't have them ready. Yeah, where they're throwing pants to their clients as well. And then I look at that and say, well, is this a very good image? Because I do know you have other investors as well who are looking at you and saying, well, we didn't have to go there. But there's a thin line now when it comes to social media. A smaller company is struggling because every little thing they do, it's on the spot. People can react.
Yes,
People can correct them.
Yeah, that is true.
What is this you have to do to have this good balance on social media where you say, wow, that company is very good?
One is on the speed. Speed is on the feedback that you give out. Maybe somebody is making an inquiry, or maybe criticizing something, or want to correct something. How long does it take for you to respond?
Yes.
If somebody has pointed out something, do you have the ability to effectively communicate efficiently in terms of you don't take a lot of time?
Yes.
So you find that people are asking a lot of questions, but it takes 2-3 days before somebody responds. And you know, in business we say time is everything. Okay, so somebody is asking some questions, then you need to respond there and there. And of course, not just responding, is how you respond that matters a lot.
Yes.
As you've pinpointed out a few areas or practical examples here and there. And it takes a lot of time for you to analyze the audience. What do they want? You speak their language.
Yes.
Will they be excited? How would they take it? We usually say when it comes to emotional intelligence, you want to manage the emotions of other people. So are you able to put yourself from the other person's perspective so that when you are responding, respond not because you want to benefit out of it, and because of the other person.
Yes.
So you need to take time before responding.
Yes.
Because that, as you have said, it can make or break the image of the organization.
Pretty much, isn't it? Because I hear you speak now this morning, and I'm wondering how long, therefore, is this course going to take, especially when you're speaking to social media managers. I know some of them have been put on the spot.
Yes, yes.
And especially when you see social media messages will probably have typos that are not well constructed. I know you've seen that some county governments have made those mistakes as well.
Yeah.
How long is that course going to be? And which are these people that you would sort of qualify, therefore, to manage the social media images for these companies?
Most of the organizations have their PR departments running through their pages, because you want to create a very good relationship with the public.
Yes.
So these are the people that maybe we need to have them be trained so that they can be in a position to respond positively, not to damage the image of the organizations.
Pretty much.
Yeah, so they need to have those skills. Especially, you're talking about emotional intelligence, because don't just respond because you are angry. You know, you can be posed a question and somebody is like, hey, now when it comes to responding, you're not responding when your mind is settled. You just respond because maybe you become angry, you have become offended, but that ability to cool down and then respond matters a lot, because you can make or break the image of the organization.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic conversation this morning. So now, for anybody who wants to join DTI Group, how can they get you?
They can write to us through our email, info at dtipublicspeaking.com, or maybe our numbers 0724 03 8192, 0724 03 8192.
Pretty much. Now you do know exactly what it is, therefore you gotta do so that you are ready to present your product. That's why public speaking is one of those most important areas, therefore, that you need to know. Talk to them, DTI Group. And the good thing about YouTube right now this morning is that you can actually take Mr. Samuel back to when he walked into the studio, so that you gotta listen on why proper appearance, proper presentation, and proper language on social media is very important to building that social media image and presence that is unrivaled. As a business now, let's talk about taking that passion into the next level through image and passion and public speaking. Good. That's exactly what we had for you this morning on the Business AM. Good thing is I'll be back at 11, 12, and 1 for Metropole News. Good morning, and thank you very much for investing your time with us this morning.